super excited?
So I closed Much Ado About Nothing on Sunday, and when we finished, we were like all on the set and we were drinking, and Stokes was like, Matt, do your girl voice, and so I did it, and he was like,
Oh, that's super excited?
What's going on, brother?
I'm actually watching this cool video where this guy is talking like a girl.
What?
Yeah.
And you're watching that?
Yeah, why? What's wrong with
I
that?
don't know. I don't believe you're watching that. I mean, don't you know it's not allowed in Islam for people to be imitating the opposite gender?
I don't know, man. Let's
Oh,
just
come
leave
on,
them
come
like
on,
that.
come on. Leave them, you mean? I mean, it's not allowed, and you're saying to leave them? And actually, I really don't even expect you to be watching.
No. Wait. You are making me confused right now.
I have an idea.
What is it?
I know a chef who can help us with this confusion.
You think he knows this subject?
Okay,
Yeah.
wait.
Okay.
Let's go to this chef
Okay.
and solve her confusion, okay?
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
All right.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you, chef?
Walaikum assalam, alhamdulillah. What about you?
Alhamdulillah. This is the chef. You can ask your question.
Can we sit?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Have a seat, please. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So here's the thing. We both have a confusion.
Okay.
I'd like to ask you one question, which is that what is the ruling of Islam if a man is imitating a woman?
Oh, nice question. Before I explain about this question, we should, look at the Islamic perspective on this issue. First of all, as we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He created men and women with different characteristics, isn't it? Then He grant for men some, physical strength, some different composition that will help him to gathering the expenses or risk, or to work hard to survive, something like that. Also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He provided for women some composition that is totally different from men. Like they can, survive, under the men, and they have such composition that is very appropriate for the pregnancy, childbirth, caring of the child, etc. So we can say that there are some differences between men and women naturally. Let's go to the question. Islam forbids this kind of issue, like men imitating women. Yeah. If you look at hadith of Prophet ﷺ, he cursed the men who imitate women. And he also cursed the women who imitate the men. Not only that, he also said that, throw them out of your house, as narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari. So, in general, we would say that everything is only for women that is not permissible for men, and everything is only for men that is not permissible for women. So we can say that men imitating women, this issue is haram in Islam and totally prohibited. That's the answer.
Oh, that answers our question, and I think you got it now, right?
Yeah, but there's one more question, which is that how do we tackle this issue in the current generation?
Yeah.
What do you think of
I
it?
think we see many people like men imitating women and so forth. So I mean, it's a big problem for us, and we even see some Muslims doing that. I mean, is there any kind of help for these people? That's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, look at the Quran. What Quran is saying about that? In Surah An-Nisa, verse number 39, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Ar-rijalu qawwamun 'ala an-nisa'i bima faddala Allahu ba'dahum 'ala ba'd." As I answered before, And he also said in Surah Al-A'raf, verse number 189, هو الذي خلق لكم من نفس واحدة وجعل منها زوجها ليسكن إليها. And also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Nisa, verse number 1. So as I answered before, there are huge differences between men and women. But sometimes we see that people are men, especially men, they imitate women. But sometimes we don't know what's the treatment, proper treatment for them. As I can say for you, the ulama, scholars, Islamic scholars, they researched on it and they found out that there are some treatment for this kind of people, they imitate women. Like everything, if you want to solve the problem, you should look at on Islamic perspective. Like they said, for this kind of people, they must have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If they have fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they will be steered from this kind of problem or this kind of issue. Secondly, we can say that they should follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a role model. As a role model. If they follow the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam as a role model, I think they can save from this kind of bad things. And they also they should have good communication with Islamic scholars, and you can say the religious scholars. Not only for them, their family should have the good communication with the Islamic scholars, so that they can get suggestion from them and they can implement in their life. Also, sometimes people, they don't understand what is this. They say, we have manual. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us manual. What's the manual? Manual in Islam is Quran and Sunnah. So the people who does not know about that, they should follow the manual of Islam. Quran and Sunnah. If they follow the Quran and Sunnah, I think it will be solved.
Okay, Sheikh, I have a question. Like I was reading somewhere, it said that sometimes some of these people, it's not like their fault, it's not like they want to do it, but many things contribute to that. Like for example, the family background, or maybe something happened in their life before, and some people have been kind of like, just the way their moms, for example, a boy, and then the kind of toys they buy for the boy and things like that, and they say all these kind of things contribute to problems like that. And some of them are talking about the correction, where, like you said, communication, that we need to open up to these people and make them feel like they are welcome to. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, I asked some people, they answered me like that. Sometimes this is the cause of influence of the culture, Western culture. So, as I said before that, if we follow the manual of Islam, the Quran and Sunnah properly, so I think it will not influence us to follow the culture. This culture, will be very harmful for us. Like this kind of issue, men imitating women, women imitating the men. So we should follow the manual. If we follow the manual, I think we can solve this problem and issue. Insha'Allah ta'ala.
Thank you very much. You're good now, right?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Appreciate it again.
All right. See you
Thanks
soon.
for bringing it
Inshallah.
up.
Thank you. Salam.